Hi, and welcome back again to Check 254. Today we'll be talking about online writing, and with me I have Dave Bett, who has been an online writer for quite a while, and my good friend Mr. Akunda. So we're going to start by talking about what online writing is. So maybe you can tell us what you think it is. We'll start with you, Dave.
Basically, online writing is about writing for people, not for your own stuff. Okay, there is an account that is meant for writing for yourself, and then there is another one that is meant for writing for other people. So it's basically writing articles and academic stuff.
So when did you start online writing?
I started way back in 2002. Yeah, 2002. That is the time I started. I started off as a beginner, as a newbie.
So it's been like 15 years?
Yeah, somewhere there.
What about you?
Okay, my name is Akunda Nisindotono. I'm a poet and a writer also. So I started writing far much earlier, but not online. You know, we are talking about online writing. So that means we are encompassing two parts. The online part and writing. Yeah, so you write for online consumption. The consumers, you don't interact with the consumers face to face or one-on-one. You interact with them on an online platform. Yeah, so that's basically what online writing is. You write some content, but it's consumed via an online platform.
So when did you start your online writing?
Okay, I started way back in 2010. Yeah, that's basically after my high school. I wanted to look for a hustle. And being an introvert, I didn't want a hustle that will make me interact with a lot of people. I wanted something that will give me the privacy I want and also the money I want. Yeah.
So I tend to think like if you're an online writer, you have to be really good to be a writer. Like you can't just, like me, let's say, just wake up today and say, oh, I'm going to start doing online writing. I have to have a skill. So in that journey of online writing, how was it? How did you start? Did you have just, it was amazing when you started, or you had hassles, you had to struggle with it?
Things were really tough. Okay, when starting off, you've got to learn the various techniques of writing. For example, if you're writing for a blog, there are formats for blogging. And then if you're writing for academic stuff, there are formats for academic stuff. So you need a tutor. You need someone to take you through. And then maybe you start off by assignments meant for him. And then later on, you graduate gradually until you become a writer by your own self.
And did you have that mentor?
Yeah, I had an online mentor, that is. I didn't have a person to guide me through on one-on-one basis. Okay, physically that is, but I used to attend tutorials via Skype and all that. So he used to teach me.
Okay, what about you?
Okay, basically mine didn't happen fantastically. So I had a Facebook page whereby I used to share my poems. I write like, on the lowest side I write like 3 poems a day. So I used to share with my friends on Facebook. Like I write a poetry, a poem I post. And then one day somebody, a very key lady, my mentor in Kenya called Susan Kiguli, she's a very key poet. She said, yo, I'm a poet, but I have seen something very extraordinary in you. Do you get paid for these pieces? So I said, wow, who can pay me for a poem? Like, yeah, so she told me that don't be posting here anyhow, because personally I've used your poems thrice. So you hold on to your pieces, and if somebody wants, they should buy. That was when I got the first insight of selling what I write. Yeah, and then it happened, she was my first customer. She told me to write something about corruption. I wrote a 5-page document. She paid me 7,000 and I was mad. Totally mad. That was my first paycheck of 7,000 and I literally ran mad because I never imagined I could earn such.
Oh, like you got mad because it was crazy. I thought you got mad because it was legal.
No, that was my first. I have been writing for free and posting them on Facebook, and then out of the blue, somebody is giving me 7,000.
Sure.
I was really ecstatic.
And so, what about copyright? You know, there's this thing about how when you own something, it has to be yours for as long as you probably live, because you don't want people to make it their own. How has getting copyright been for you? Do you have copyright?
So far, no.
So, have you tried to go an extra mile to find out probably the cost, or if there are any laws to it?
Okay, for a copyright, one needs to pay for it, remember? Copyright doesn't come just freely.
Yeah.
Secondly, the platform that I use, okay, it's basically academic platform. And then, at the end of the day, once you've uploaded your job, no one will copy paste it directly as it is.
Yeah, true.
Now you'll need to, you'll need to use me as your reference at the end of the day, because you've borrowed some knowledge from my work. That is how we do it. But basically, copyright maybe for people like my friend Innocent, they need copyrights because poems and books, they need them. But for our case, we really don't have to use copyright.
Okay, so do you have copyright?
Yeah, I do copyright my stuff, basically in several ways. The first way is the legal way, whereby you go to community in Upper Hill, you pay some money, like if I want to do a characterized poem, I'll pay 1,500 for copyright. A characterized poem is that one which I write and then I shoot, like it's in audiovisual form. I shoot maybe a video or I record an audio of it, I'll pay 1,500. For a book, it's much more expensive. I'm working on a Swahili poetry book. It's one poem. It's called Tenzi. Like a Tenzi is a poem which is very long, and it tells a story of somebody. So I'm telling a story of my grandfather. It's called Utenzi wa Mwanandege. Like in English, it means the story of the firstborn. Right now, I'm on the 876th stanza, and I'm working on the copyright so that when I finish, I copyright it and it will be mine. The second part, on the poetry part, I use softwares to encrypt my word. So after I've written, I pass the script in my software, and I won't disclose the name. It will be encrypted. So anytime you try to copy paste, you just receive hyperlinks.
So if I wanted to be a writer, can I just start doing online writing? Like, do I need to get an account? Does it have to be professional? Do I have to be a writer? Do I have to have a skill so that I can start writing?
Of course, yes. You need to have a skill. Basically, professionalism is key, because you won't come with your own style, and you've been guided to use a certain style. You see, so you need to understand that particular format. Secondly, you need to start it off as easy as you say it, because you need to be taken through all the stages of writing. The other thing is that you must understand the language that you're using. If it's Spain, English, and all that. If it's Britain, English. If it's US, USA English, and all that. You won't just mix the language in the same paper.
I'd like to know, if you can disclose that, what is the highest amount of money you've made through online writing?
Basically, I have written a lot of stuff, and I have received good returns from it. I think the highest was a very crafty contract I made. I wrote a choral verse for a high school called Chabakali High School, and we agreed for every stage they proceed, there's a certain amount that we paid. And I'm very happy because they progressed to the nationals and even went to State House. So I received a hefty amount, around 60,000.
And what about you? How much money have you made that has made you go crazy?
So I won't tell you the amount that I've
but what
security reasons.
So thank you for watching. That was half part of the show. Our hashtag is @check254 @Olive. Ask the questions that you'd like to know about the two guests, what you'd like to know about online writing, and if also you're an online writer, you can give us more feedback on what you'd like them to say about what online writing is all about. See you after the short break.
That's it. Do you think? I've been asking friends to see what they.
Would you like a seat? So that I can offer you a dance.
Get your fresh in a brand new pack with long-lasting freshness and flavor. Fresh.
Welcome back. Just before we went for the short break, we were talking about how the journey has been and how the kind of things that you would do, that you would require if you were an online writer. And I'm just going to start with the tweets. There's someone here by the name Brian who says, who wants to know if you guys would you drop out of school if you were to make money out of online writing? So let me just read that. Then there's another one. Another person says, they're confused with the kind of payment procedures, so they'd like to be advised or instructed on which kind of procedure they should use that's more helpful. So probably we'll start with the first question.
Okay, basically on the first question about dropping out of school, I believe that if you want to be a good writer, you have to profess some kind of knowledge. You have to be a professor in your own field of view. So dropping out of school for me, nah, because I believe that learning is a continuous process, and as long as I can walk and go to school, I'll go to school even if I'm 8 years. There's no need for dropping out of school unless in certain circumstances like lack of fees.
You can probably answer the second question. That person had a challenge with choosing the account they should use.
Yeah.
So probably you can talk to us about the channels of payment and which ones are the most advantageous.
Okay. The advantage part comes in relation to service charges.
Mm-hmm.
But basically, in African countries, we use PayPal to receive the payments from abroad. Now, the PayPal account has got some challenges because not all banks accept PayPal. Some banks are still in the old age, so they don't accept the technology part of it in their transactions.
Mm-hmm.
I think that is basically the challenge that maybe the person with us that is encountering.
I bought an account. I bought a public domain .co.ke, so I don't have any intermediary. And then on the payment, it depends with the region. If I'm writing for somebody in Kenya, just use Zendesk.
Yeah.
If I'm writing for somebody abroad, then maybe I'll give him my account number and then he'll deposit the money into the bank directly. So I'm not an academic writer.
Also.
So basically, I think I enjoy some privileges which you do not have.
So this was a very interesting topic to talk about. I think the writers who are watching this are probably encouraged by your experiences. So there's no time, but I'd like to ask you guys, what would you say to the rest of the writers? What would you tell them in their journey of writing? What are your final words? Probably just put it in like 10 words.
Okay, what I'll tell an upcoming writer, we normally call them newbies. Writing should come from your heart. It shouldn't be money. It shouldn't be money triggered. Start by liking it, love it, and let it be your daily stuff. You wake up in the morning, write an article, share it with your friend, and then they'll advise you on the way forward. Don't just bump into that particular account and upload a shoddy work expecting to be paid. Learn the art itself.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, basically I'd like to say that writing is a calling. Yeah, because I remember when I was in class and then the lecture appeared to be boring, I turn my notebook and I'll write something. So don't write for the sake of it. Write because you love writing.
So, well, you've heard it from our speakers. They've spoken extensively about writing and specifically about online writing. So, if you have any questions and you'd like to reach them after the show, we'll show you. They'll be on your screen. You'll see their contact, so you can reach out to them, learn more from them, have an experience with them. So this was Check 254. I was your host, Olive. See you next time for more amazing topics. Bye.